All right, it's that time. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and I am always having my audio play when it shouldn't be. You'd think I'd know. I hear the audio playing. I don't know why I can't handle that. Um, Good morning, everybody. I am changing it up a little bit today, as you may have noticed in the message and the title. Come on, video. We are we're going to do something a little bit different today. I think we can get this whole thing done by the end of this stream. Harsh, good morning. Good morning, TeamView. TeamView's been very active in the chat already this morning. I am going to build a new chatbot. It's already running. It's just not doing anything yet. So I got the basic fundamental, like, hey, I have a chatbot and it can do something ready to go. But what I want to do is, if you guys have been here for a little while, I've been raffling off Echo Dots. I have this small pile here behind me, and I need to give them away. And what I've been doing is having people fill out a short survey as a way to capture those that are interested in winning, but also as a way to get some feedback from all of you. And the feedback's awesome, and I want to continue to do that. In fact, I'm going to continue to find some mechanisms to make that happen easier. But I also want to have an easy, seamless way to give stuff away. So because of that, I thought I would build a chatbot that can capture those people that are participating in the chat, and then randomly draw from those people that have participated in chat during this session. So that is my plan. That is what I'm going to do. So there's a couple of things that we need to do in order to make something like this happen. The first is I need to capture the usernames, or really I would just capture the message, every message that people post. So, as I see all these messages coming in from TeamView and Startup and whatever, I want to capture those messages, but I also want to make sure that each person only gets one entry. I don't want to encourage spamming, right? It's not one entry per message or anything like that. Good morning, Startup. But what I do want to do is make sure that for your first message, is that I make sure that I respond to you and say, hey, you've been entered into the raffle for today. But only once, so it's only on your first message. And I think we'll start there, and then we'll see where we get. Because I have the data structure already built. Let's just jump over to some code. I already have the bot written. And so you can see here that this is my, like we've done this before, but basically I'm using the tmi.js library. I have an identity file that keeps track of like my OAuth connection, all that stuff. But then down here we create a couple of events, one for messages and one for connected. And so then we try to connect. And down here at the bottom, I have a message that says, when we connect, I want you to say, raffle chatbot is operational. And if I add a space and save my file, you'll see that raffle chatbot is operational, because when I save the file, it automatically restarts it. It automatically restarts it, which then reconnects, and we get that message. So that's why you see the raffle chatbot is operational. I'll remove that eventually, or maybe not, because I won't be editing this code a lot. So when I start the bot, we'll get the message there. But you can see I created a whole new account that is raffle chatbot that's just for this, so that we can have that. Anyway. Right. No, I know that there are many people that would absolutely take advantage of this situation. So we'll do our best to make it so that each message doesn't count. Only your first message counts per day. So with that, in this other event here, this on message handler, this is each message that comes in. And you can see, if I look down here, that each time you guys post a message, you can see here's the TeamView select message that just came through. And so as I look at this, you can see it wasn't posted by the channel itself. This is the channel it was posted on. This is all the context. If you guys haven't seen the Twitch API, this is all of the information that I get about you every time you post a message to chat. So you can see that there's a lot here, nothing that's terribly identifiable, but I can see what your display name is, I can see your username, I can see what badges you have. So like TeamView has a VIP badge. So that is something. I can also see things like whether or not you're a subscriber. I was tempted to give extra entries to people that are subscribers, but that feels not as cool. I don't want you to have to buy your way into potentially winning an Echo Dot. So it was tempting, but I'm not going to do that. I can also see like what color you want your name to be. So there's a lot of stuff like that that you can do. And yeah, I think this is kind of useful and interesting. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to write some code that will save the message, all of this context, all of this information. I think it'll handle everything. I think it should be able to handle it because I don't really care what the message is, just that a message was posted. Like I don't even have to capture the message part of it, which this message was awesome. But you can see in here, if I look at this JSON, the message you sent earlier had some different characters in it. Yeah, you can see that all these characters are coming through, so I would think that they would be handled no problem, startup. I think that would be okay. Anyway, so we have that going. I see M2VH started a game of roulette. If anyone would like to wager their coins in a group game of roulette, all you have to do is use the command !bet, like TeamView Select has done, and you can participate in that same game. So let me, I'll come add a couple too. We'll do a bet 100 on red, and bet 1,000 on odd. And I'll do a bet 10,000 on 4. All right. So if you'd like to participate in this roulette game, I'll give you a few more minutes, and then we'll do a no more bets. So that is what we're going to do here. We're gonna capture these messages first, and then based on our data, we should be able to do some interesting stuff with that. So first things first. Let me make sure I haven't totally screwed this up. Good morning, Corey Haynes. I'm going to go to... I know I jumped off screen for a second, but I'm going to just make sure that I have everything good for Airtable. Airtable API. I'm going to have a sip of water. It's a thirsty kind of day. Down here, if we look at our new bot, you can't see this. I just want to make sure I'm not showing anything on the screen. So this is the Airtable API. Let me go full screen for you. And what's their API interface? And it makes it really easy to find stuff. So I'm going to do create records. And we're going to do this. So you can see that this is the code. I love that they do this. It's all in the context of everything that I need. They don't show my API key, obviously, because that would be bad, but I can check this box and it'll fill it in for me. So I need all of this. And we'll copy that and bring it over to our code, which is here, and just drop it in, and then we'll make some changes here. So I'm going to take this, and up at the top we'll bring in some Airtable. And I'm pretty sure that I have Airtable already included here. I do. Okay, so that's our first piece. The next piece is that we need to create the message, right? And I also need my API key. So I have this as a keys file. So we're going to need to do const keys equals require keys.js. And then I should be able to say app crashed. What do you mean app crashed? What do you mean you can't find it? I can see it right here. Okay, I got to jump off screen for a second because it has secret stuff in it. What are you talking about? So let's take that. Just bring this stuff in here. API key is this. Keys dot Airtable API key. And the base is going to be keys.airtable.base.data. Okay. Module not found. There we go. That was all. I was treating it like a node module instead. All right, I'll do a no more bets if we're all done. Anybody else want to get in? Here we go. No more bets. $27 was the spin, but I bet on 4. Man. Okay. Keys is there. Everything is working. I can close my keys file. We don't need to show that on screen. And I don't need this on screen. Okay, so back to this. I've made a couple of changes, but all I did was I have this keys file, which we won't look at, but you can look at the keys file and see that I have 2 properties. I have Airtable API key and Airtable base data. That allows me to move those into another field or into another file, and then I don't have to worry about showing them on screen. So we are now able to connect to Airtable. Now the next step is we need to capture the message and put some stuff in here. So for username, I think I can do this. So I should be able to just say username because I have that variable defined up here. I think I can do that. And the message is just going to be the message, which is context. No. Is it just message? It's MSG. Okay. MSG. And the channel is going to be target, right? If we look at these messages, target, and I don't know if I need to keep that or not, but I'll just do it like target. Okay, so just having done that, we now are trying to create a record in the database with your username, your message, and your target. And if I go look at my database, we can come down here to this. Whoa, why did it do that? I don't know how those all appeared. Awesome. Delete all selected records. You can see that I have some empty users. So let's delete that. And then channels. We can get rid of this one and this one. Okay. So we've got a nice clean database. And all I have to do is hit save. No, I've already hit save. So why? It should already be saving these messages, right? Interesting. So if I go post a message here, is this working? Doesn't seem to be working, right? Oh, because you're not going to let me just jam it in there. I see. So value startups Santana is not a valid record ID. Okay, fine. Like, I was trying to be clever, so let's just fix this. We'll just make this a short string, single line text. Save. And the channel can just be the channel. I don't need this stuff to link. Okay, now let's see if it works. One more time. What am I doing wrong now? Cannot accept field username cannot accept the provided value. What are you talking about? What am I trying to put in username? Isn't username just a... Let's see, what am I actually doing? Context.username. Context.username is just a string. So, context.username console log username. And that's what I'm trying to pass through. It's just, oh, I see. I left the array stuff. Now it's just a string, not an array. This is also not an array. Okay. Let's see if now it works. Trying my best. Look, there we go. Trying my best. So that came through, and there's Nightmare Assistant and TeamView. All those messages are now being logged. So I think as you guys post messages, they should just appear here in the database, which is awesome. Now I need to do the hard work. Let's see if startup's characters are in there. Yep, look at that. They're all in there. So we've got the first piece of this, which is we're recording the messages. Now I need to do... I need to do some kind of magic. I don't know what the magic is, but we need to do some kind of magic. I'm also realizing that like 90% of the messages that come through chat are from TeamView or his bot. It's a lot. All right, so let's think about how we want to do this next. So I have my messages flowing in now. See if I can clean this up, make it a little cleaner line-wise. Okay. Okay, so this gives us our messages. Now what I need to do is be able to respond and say, hey, you've been entered into the raffle, but I don't want to do that for every message. I just want to do it for your first one today. How am I going to do that? Let's go back to our API. I want to retrieve a record using JavaScript. The thing they don't give me a good list, yeah, maybe list records is what I want. So if I look at list records, is there a way to do this with like I really don't want all the records. What I want is what I want to do here is determine how many records they have today. I feel like we've written many things like this before. Maybe we just get something we've done before. So if we come into like poker here and look at Chatsino data, we've done this like 100 times. Get all, get whatever. Get all sessions by user. Yeah, I'm going to write some things to eliminate stuff. So in fact, let's do that now. Is there a way, if I look at your bot, let's find the Nightmare Assistant. Is there anything here that tells me about it? No. I was hoping maybe it would give me a... Okay, well then do that. Make it client.action. That'd be great. Because otherwise what I'll do is I'll just create a list of band names so that it doesn't record all those, because it's a lot. Okay, so back to this. I have this file. This pretty much does everything I need it to do. I just need to tweak the query. So let's save this. Go to GitHub. Rafflebot. Boy, I can't even see that. New folder we'll call data. And then we'll call this get entries by user. Okay. All right, so I do need keys. Do I have fetch? Well, we can come over here and look at it now. So now I have a folder called data, and I have get entries by user. So let's edit it here. So I have keys that exist. Do I have node fetch in here? I do. Good. And open the file back up. And obviously I have Airtable also. Okay, so we're gonna call this get entries by user. I have my base data, my base key, great. And what I want to do is just get where user ID. No, I don't want where end user. What do I call it? And username. Username. Is we're going to have to pass in username. And username, and then and we also need this. Boy, we'll have to figure that out. I guess we'll just try. Hope we don't do this as we're crossing a time a time barrier, but I don't think we will. We want to look at timestamp. What are the formula things for time? I don't ever remember. Date and time functions. And compares two dates up to a unit. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so I think what we can do here is just say is same. And in there we're going to have timestamp, which is the name of my field, and today. And what are the other values I can put here? Day? Do you show me what those values are? That would be really helpful. This says days, but I think I want day. Let's just see if day works. So this should bring me back any records by the user that happened on the same day. Except I was doing it in the wrong file. So let's take this and do it over here. Okay, so get entries by user. We need to export get entries by user. And then I think the rest of this is good. This will get us back a list, and then we can count them. Thanks, TeamView. All right, so now if we come back to our index, we should be able to say const entries equals this folder needs an index file. That will also help. Index.js const get entries by user equals require get entries by user module.exports get entries by user. Okay, so now I can just use this, and I can include const data equals require data, and that gets us this file. No, not this file. This thing in context. So now I should be able to say down here, once I've done this, entries equals data dot get entries by user. I'm going to pass in the username that I want, which is username. We're going to await this because we want to make sure that it's working. Let's see if your messages are actually skipping the database, TeamView. It does not appear it's actually skipping. I'm still picking up Nightmare Assistant. I think I'm going to get them no matter what. And that's fine. I can just build a filter list. It's pretty easy to do. I definitely want to exclude Chatsino too. Actually, we can do that now. So I have in this file, I have this thing, if self return. So I could say if self or, and then we'll just create an array dot includes context dot username And then in here we can just say Chatsino. Nightmare Assistant. That should be good. So now I have manually gone in and said, hey, let's make sure those things don't happen. So TeamView, kick off something that will make Nightmare Assistant pop up. There we go. So now it is not working. Good morning, Stream for Charities. Welcome, welcome. Gold Zulu's here. Missed a couple people showing up. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so those are not popping up now, which is the goal. W. Giorgio's here. Look, he's got an entry in the database. Sweet. Okay, so I don't necessarily want to do that because if somebody just plays the casino once, I still want them to be entered. The goal is to encourage everybody to just post one message minimum, and then that will give them the opportunity to be entered into the drawing. So, okay. This is working. What I haven't seen, let's see how that's looking now that you guys are posting messages. Entries undefined. Undefined. Why are we getting undefined? And why is that record ID being printed out? Console log entries. Where's the console log username? Up here. Oh, I see. I'm getting the record ID right here. So the record ID is being entered. That's great. Why is entries undefined? I mean, that... Okay, let's try this. I'm going to jump off camera for just a second. Or I guess on camera. We're going to drop that in there. We're going to see what happens when... let's post a message. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Okay. User session? What are you talking about, user session? Table not found. Could not find table user session. I know you guys can't see this error, but just give me one moment. So I'm definitely referring to the right table. Why does it say... User session. What are you talking about? Could not find table user session. Oh. That's just me missing a piece here. Get entries by user. The table name should be messages. That's all. That's right. That's what we call the table. Messages. Yeah. Okay. That was all it was. Okay, so let me show you what I fixed here. This right here, this is the name of the table that I want to go into, and I had forgotten to change this when I copied and pasted my file over, so that is the issue. And now you can see that I'm getting back a list of records for a person from this day. This had to be TeamView, there's so many. Yeah, so okay, so now I have that. So now what we can do is come back into our main file, and we should be able to say if entries.length equals 1, then we're going to do this. That or this. Okay, so I'm going to go into the data. We already have 77 records. You guys are awesome. I'm going to delete all of them. And now what should happen is when you post your first message, except for TeamView, because he's spamming me, when you post your first message, you should get a message from the chatbot saying, hey, you've been entered into today's raffle. But it should only happen on the first time. Goldzulu, why didn't that happen for you? QU311 has been entered. W. Giorgio has been entered. Stream for Charities has been entered. Look at that. It's working. And it only works the first time. But like it didn't work for Core. I mean, it's not saying anything to you, but there's certainly an issue because you didn't get a message. Now it's okay that you didn't get a message because I'm still recording all the data. And the last thing that I need to do in this bot, we've done this in 38 minutes, by the way, everybody. This is pretty awesome. The last thing that we need to do is we need to be able to catch a command. So let's say if MSG equals raffle and context.username equals Jeff Blankenberg, then otherwise do this. Okay, so I think that should still work. I haven't posted a message for myself. Let's see. Let's see what happens when I post a message. It should still work. Howdy. Why am I not getting a message? Let's fix that. Let's go back to my data and delete this one. That's the only one from me, right? Yeah. There we go. All right, so that's working, and then we could just say, let's just try this for now because we'll need one of these. Getting the raffle winner for today. Let's just see if that works. So if I just say raffle, wow. Getting the raffle winner for today. Okay, so the last piece I have to do then is get a set of unique usernames from today. That should be doable. It's going to be a lot like this get entries by user. So let's save a copy of this. Save as. And we'll do get entries for today. Save. So first things first. Const get entries for today. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to delete anything, actually, startup. What I'm going to do is I think I can... Oh, yeah, you guys can't see this. Sorry about that. So what I'm doing is in here I have an if it's a raffle, if this is the command that was entered, and the username was mine, so that you guys can't kick off a raffle, then I'm going to say getting the raffle winner for today, and then I'll have some logic right here that gets a list of the raffle entries and randomly picks one. If it's not that, then we do the normal thing, which is committing that message to the database. And if it's your first message, then I say you've been entered into today's raffle. So that is that's the plan. So get entries for today. We need to change this a little bit. For today. And down here, for today. Okay, and so what I need to do this time is just say, I don't need username because that's not something I care about. So I just care about all the entries for today, but I think I can also, I think there's a formula field like get unique usernames or whatever. Can I just find out what unique? Returns only unique items in the array. I don't really want that though. Is there another unique? Logical text operators, functions. functions, concatenate, no, fine, no. I mean, I can do this all on the code side, but if I could have it just give me a list of the unique values, that would be sweet. Replace, substitute, trim, upper, no, none of those. None of those. None numerics. No date and time. Note that array functions can only be used in roll-up fields or when the input field is a linked record or lookup. Well, we did this once before where we had, I do have Lodash, but I thought we did this before where we used some kind of mapping. We used a map, and that kicked automatically to, I don't remember what we did that for. We did that for something where we needed a unique set of values out of a larger set. And I don't remember what I did that with. It had to be in the casino. Let's see if we... If we search this for map, what do we get? No, I don't want any of that. No packages. All right, let's look at what. So we have. Let's make sure our records are actually working first. That's the first thing we should do. So is the same as today. Any records that are the same as today without a username impeding that. So in here we can just say const entries equals await data dot get entries for today. I don't have to pass anything into it, but we should also then tell it that we don't need anything to be passed into it. Okay. Get entries for today. There we go. Highlight my message, Corey. Nice work. And then we'll, I'm pretty sure I already have Lodash in here. Yeah, I already even have it, so I think we'll default to that. Okay, so we get our entries. Let's see how this looks and works right now. So we'll do console log entries. I should probably do this. Raffle entries. And let's give that a try. So if we come to Twitch and we say raffle, and when because you guys just kill me with messages sometimes. If we come in here and we look at this, I'm gonna scroll way back up to find my entry. I think this is it. Raffle entries, and I have a whole bunch of them. Cool. So that worked. And then the last piece, I think Goldzool is right. If it's just something like this, right? It's a new set. So let's give that a try. I haven't done a lot with sets or mapping, but we should be able to say const unique entries equals, we did something like this, new set, and this is going to be raffle entries dot fields. No, what did that end up being? Yeah, dot fields dot username. That won't work. Yeah, I got you with the dot dot dot, but I need this isn't going to work. Because these are each individual records, and I'm like I had this. Yeah, I need just an array, so I think I'm just going to manually create an array. So this and I could probably do the entire process here actually. So const unique. No, this needs to be let unique entries equal an array, and then I can say if unique entries dot includes, and this will be raffle entries I dot fields dot username. Then I can just say unique entries dot push so let's do unique entries. What did I break? Oh. Okay. So I think, well, let's just try it. So if I come in here and I say raffle, unique entries, look at that. That is beautiful. So now I have a unique set of entries for the people that commented today. I didn't even see Hawk2000 was here. Welcome. And QU311, 311. We'll go with QU311. Thank you for being here. I think I've said hi to everybody else. Mr. Demon Wolf, always a pleasure. All right, so now we just need to randomly choose one of those. I don't actually see the rainbow background, so it makes it pretty easy. But it does feel like I need like a bass track, like some kind of club mix. I also like the green stripe that's here. There's actually a giant box that goes all the way like over there and down. That is the perspective you see when you're on like a conference call with me at work. Corey raises a very valid question. How does one work without a rainbow background? I still have plans at some point. I'm going to replace this little sign right here with something digital so that I can have some messages flying by on it or something like that. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. That's all logistics. All right, I think in almost an hour, we're going to be able to pump out this entire thing. So the last thing I need to do, and I always forget how to do this, so we're just going to do it this way. We're going to do, let's go to our casino. We do this all the time. Actually, we can just go to the helper probably. The casino helper. And I have, I'm sorry, what? Where's, get random. Get random is what I want. So we'll take that, and we'll come over here, and we don't really want that, we just want this part. So we're going to say const random equals that, where the max is unique entries dot length minus 1. And the min is 0. Is that going to work? Will I ever get 0 in that? Let's think about this. I give you a length of, I don't know what the +1 is for. Yeah, we're doing trick-or-treating in the United States, Gold Zulu, but it's going to be very cautious. I wanted to include 0. It feels like I'm not doing that. So all I want is this. Okay, so this needs to be unique entries dot length minus 1. I think that'll work. And then we can take this. Today's raffle winner is at unique entries random. Okay, so to be very clear, oh my gosh, I have a call right now? I didn't even realize that. I have to go. Let's make sure this works, and then we will use this tomorrow. We're not going to run it today. Did that not work? Feels like that should have worked. It's not doing the second piece. Am I getting an error? Don't feel like I'm getting an error. Oh well, I have to go. I apologize, everybody. We will try this again tomorrow. We will definitely be running a raffle tomorrow and Friday, so don't miss it. We'll be here giving away from this stack of devices I have here behind me, and we'll have an awesome day. This was a fun hour. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.